Hey guys, MotorCarNut here, and today I'm discussing why certain cars burn oil. Pretty much any car is going to burn oil at one point or another, but when you're talking about cars that have lower mileage and they're burning, a quart of oil every 1,000 miles, even worse than that, or you get blue smoke. And we're not talking about the turbo. I have a video on the difference between your engine, if you have a turbocharged engine, if it's burning oil, if the turbo's burning oil, or if the engine itself is burning oil. Now, there's many ways. We're talking about not the turbo. We're talking about the engine itself. When it's burning a lot of oil and you get a lot of blue smoke, it could be a couple of things. It could be the valve stem seals, but on specific cars, it's usually the oil control ring. And on the pistons, you have a top ring, a second ring, and then the bottom ring is an oil control ring. And it depends on different styles. Like VWs use different style oil scraper rings. All right. Usually when you see the oil scraper ring, it's like a zigzag. It's a zigzag all the way around, and it has a top and a bottom, very thin ring, and it's sandwiched together, and that's the oil control ring. On the VW, there is no top and bottom. What they have is this. You see all the holes in between? There's slots. Now that's where, when the piston is going up and down in the cylinder, it scrapes the oil, from the crankcase that spills up, it scrapes the oil down so it doesn't burn it. So what happens if you don't maintain your oil like this vehicle? All right, what's going to happen is the oil is going to, little by little, it's going to become carbonized and block off those slots, because those slots, when the piston's going up and down, you got your first ring, compression ring, second ring, and then the oil scraper that scrapes it so oil doesn't get into the cylinders to be burned. And when it scrapes it into these slot holes, right? And also the piston, you see that? It has holes. You see these things right here? These are all holes, all to drain back. All right? It's to drain back. It's hard to see on here, but those can get clogged too. But what happens, like here we have this one. I didn't take this one off yet. All right? But you can see that there is no way. I'm gonna take it off and show you that there is no way that those slots are clear. So when they're not clear, what's gonna happen is, and if it can't drain back into the piston through these holes, because this part doesn't have those slots, they're all covered up with carbonized oil. All right. What's going to happen is now it's going to blow by that, and it's going to burn, and that's what's going to give you, the oil consumption, burning too much oil, or you have to add a lot of quarts of oil throughout the whole, couple of months or however you're driving it. It only gets worse, and basically it's sometimes it's by design. But that's rare. Most of the time, you can blame it on the manufacturer, but most of the times it's neglect. Like this customer said, he changed his oil religiously. I just hope he doesn't go to church that way, because this thing was black and filthy, and it was never changed. Now, I just took it off this one. I cleaned this one. All right, here's the one I just took off. And now, if you can see, there is no. Let's try this one again. You can see all those slots in there, right? You see the slots? Nice and clean now. Let's do that with this one. Not one is open. Not one. All right. So basically, this is useless. It's not doing anything. All right. The oil is passing right through because it can't drain. All right. So what does it do? It's forced with the compression. It forces up into the rings and then gets burned. And there's where your oil consumption comes from. Now, this engine, and bottom line, it's all about maintenance. If the oils is so important, yet people think it's not. It's no big deal. Just think of it this way. If you don't put gas in your car, how far are you going to go? right? People put gas in their car because they know if they don't put gas in the car, they're not going nowhere. Well, this is worse, all right? Because you got to change your oil. Your oil is more important than the gas. Gas, you run out of gas, no big deal. You don't change your oil, you get all these kinds of problems. Your engine gets destroyed, costs thousands and thousands of dollars, and you start blaming it on the manufacturers when it's your fault. So, I'm trying to help everybody out, and you guys know that. So that is and the design of this ring. This ring design is, it's not like most of the other ones. I don't have one with me right now to show you that it's all. If you know anything about vehicles, the ring, you'll see it's like all zigzags all the way around. And it's got a thin ring and then another thin ring. And that works a little bit better than this because those zigzags, they're all holes all the way around, where this one is not holes all the way around, So it could be a little bit better design. So this just tells you on certain German cars, you have to maintain the oil even more. Yeah, I just took a razor and put it in between to open up one of the slots, right? And that's really, really, really tough. It's really in there. So now you could probably see that? You see there's one little slot open. I wouldn't if you want, you could, these types, you could clean them if you want, but you have everything out already. For the cost of these, I will put brand new ones in. All right. The video is because of why cars burn oil like that. And like I said, it could be other things. But when you're burning, it could be like the valve stem seals. That's true too. But we're talking about the piston ring design on certain manufacturers. They're less tolerant to, neglecting your oil than other ones. So it's just a heads up. All right, guys. MotorCarNut. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Any questions pertaining to the video, leave them below. I answer all my questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.